Hi, welcome to Paul's Corner. Of course, I'm your host, Heather Paul Butner. Well, I'm kind of doing something different here. I got tons of movies and tons of shows that were new. So, I'm going to give you the 411 on these new movies and shows. And don't mind the loud mouth in the background because that's my husband being loud. Okay, first movie called I Know What You Did Last Summer. Okay, we all know the original movie was in July 18th. No, July 7th, October 6th, 17th, 1997. With Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr., and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Well, they kind of did a remake from the first movie. Okay, there was two good popular ones like the first one, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Okay, this is a Netflix original. This was in the theaters in July 18th, 2025. And then it just recently came on Netflix this year. Okay. Now, it does have Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt. It's rated R. And let me just tell you this. There's an interesting twist at the end. You have to see it to find out what the twist is. Alright. Let me just say this. It's a little slow moving in the beginning, but yet it was workable. Second movie, Lilo and Stitch, live action. I did see the animated version. The animated version came out in May 20th. The animated version came out in the year 2003. The live action came out on May 23rd, 2025 in the theaters, and now it's on the Disney Channel, a little bit on the Disney Channel, and also on Disney Plus. It basically follows the same format like it follows two sisters trying to have a relationship after their parents had some kind of accident, and how a lonely girl and a lonely alien became friends, and how this alien tries to learn what Juana means. I kind of thought it was kind of good about what true friendship is all about. And it's focused in Hawaii. They kind of found each other Lilo and Stitch find each other at a dog shelter. And I kind of really thought this was really good, especially with human interest about how two sisters had to come together and how two different people come, Now, the first show, and that's Vampira, Teenage Vampire. Okay, this show is really interesting. This started on September 12th. And 2 episodes, each episode 8 and 9 o'clock p.m. And let me just say, Vampira, we all know where Vampira came from. Monster High, because there was a Vampira in that show, movies. You can watch it on Disney Channel or Disney Plus now. And this is basically about a teenage vampire who wants to be more than just a vampire. She wants to be a singer. But there's like other things when she goes to the school, which you have to see what I'm talking about. Third movie, Snow White. There is a live action and animation. The animation came out on December 21st, 1937. Trust me, there's a lot of different versions of it, too. That's why it came out that early. Next is, and then the live one. Okay. The live action came out on March 21st, 2025. And I like this one because a lot more better than the original because it had more stuff going on. There was more musical. And basically the character already loves herself. And it's the same storyline from the animation version. And of course, the Grimm's brothers always helped. The Grimm's brothers did help make it, but Walt Disney also helped make it too. Special effects were really wonderful, really good, and very updated too. In some ways, you have to see what I mean, but when they're updated. And this movie kind of shows two different things. How having hope, no matter what the odds are. And how to fight with words instead of with your fists. Because we need a lot of that. And how much... And how beauty is more within than out. Yes, you can be beautiful inside and out, but the true beauty is inside here, not out here. Yes, I have to consider myself beautiful inside and out. Fourth movie, Karate Kid Legends. This is a Netflix original movie. And this had Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan in it. Okay? This is basically right after the third movie. Oh, or maybe the fifth one, right after Jackie Chan or something. Some people say it's after the third movie, but I have to say it's after the fifth one. But no matter what, each movie kind of had this memorable of Mr. Miyagi, Pat Morita. And if his family's watching, sorry for your loss. Basically, in the movies, everything. This human interest is still going on to this day. And that's bullying. And sometimes I just wish there was not bullying could stop because to affect who wants to be bullied. Now back to the movie. There are funny one-liner parts. And also, it also shows for each main character, how not giving up what you want. And the main character always has to prove something, not to themselves, but to show others that they can do anything they put their minds to it. Fifth movie, Megan 2.0. This is also was in the theaters in June 27th. No, not June, sorry. September 26th, 2025. And it was in the theaters on June 27th, 2025. And it came on Peacock on September 26th, 2025. You have to see the first movie to see what I'm talking about. You know? Because this is like something about electronics can be bad. You know? Yeah, some electronics can be bad, but this was a slow-moving movie. It did correspond with the first one. The first one was good, but this one was kind of had not a good vibe for me. But if you're interested in seeing stuff about electronics, then this is the movie for you. Now, let me just say, it's definitely a good change. How you have the Chucky movies? This is one that has a woman like that. How interesting is that? Okay, next one is a show. Okay, this is still going on. Okay, this is a HBO original called Welcome to Derry. This started on HBO Plus October 26, 2025. It's sort of like a prequel to the original movies from the books. This is also, I'm not quite sure if this is part of the book or not, but I am going to be reading the book. You can watch this on HBO Plus every week at 9 p.m. So I know some people are into horror movies, some people are not. Next movie, How to Train Your Dragon. There is there's a live action and an animated version. People. And basically it basically is about a young lad, and he doesn't want to kill dragons. He wants to help the dragons for them to work together. There's this kind of shows a lot of human interest. Doesn't want to kill but hurt anybody or that kind of thing. Basically the same kind of tone for the live action. This was in theaters on June 2025, and it came on to Peacock on October 10th, 2025. The animation one was in 2010. So, one thing I didn't like about the movie was this: that his father did not like him. His father disowned him because, due to the fact, he didn't want to kill dragons. In both versions. But of course, at the end, the father accepted him. But anyhow, I like the fact that there was different, how he actually stood up to his father, told him how he felt. Sometimes it's hard to tell your parent of how you feel half the time because you love them and you don't want to hurt their feelings. But sometimes you have to stand up to your own parent and tell them how you feel, no matter what. Animation was good. I did have to say that, but I have to say I like the live action better because there was a lot more, the costumes, even the dragons were kind of interesting too. But I have to say that the dragons were like animated a little bit, so that way it was more realistic in some ways, and there was like a adventure. This is a good feel-good movie for a family, I have to say. Next movie, Final Destination Bloodlines. This was in theaters on May 26, 2025. It streamed on August 1st, 2025 on HBO Plus. And basically, this is like the sixth installment of the movies. This was a very slow-moving kind of movie. I kind of actually thought this was really great. It had a lot of different features with different kind of dinosaurs. So that one thing I did not like about the movie, it didn't correspond with the rest of the other movies. Even though this was the sixth one, it didn't correspond with the other five. Yeah, it did have a little bit with Tony, something similar with Tony Todd, but like I said, this did not correspond with the other movies. Next one, Jurassic Park Rebirth. Okay, this was in the theaters in July 2nd, 2025. This came on to Peacock on October 30th. I have to say this was slow moving. This was 32 years after the first movie. Everything was good. The dinosaurs were different because it was in. Let me say this: you have to see the movie to know what I'm talking about. How the dinosaurs are different. And the locations was outstanding, and in some ways it was kind of good with the action and how everything came about. But what I didn't like was this. It didn't correspond with the rest of the movies that was out. This is the seventh installment. Let me just say this. I think that sometimes when it's more than, I would say more than 5, it may can understand them. But more than that, Last but not least, Talamasca. The Secret Order. You can watch this on AMC and AMC Plus. You can watch this still on every week at 9 a.m. This was based on a book of Anne Rice, Immortal Universe. Heck, kind of interesting. I want to see. This started on October 26th of this year. It follows a guy who tries to take care of supernatural beings. This was like very slow moving. I guess you gotta really be patient for certain movies and shows, because they can be very slow moving from time to time, if you get my drift. Alright. I'll see you later for the next Paul's Corner. Okay? And thank you for watching, and have a good one.